Bishopville, South Carolina. In the summer of 1988, Sheriff Liston Truesdale was investigating cases of property damage and assault by a most unlikely perpetrator. A lizard man, supposedly lurking near Skateboard Swamp. Then, 17-year-old Chris Davis came forward to report a terrifying tale.
This was July the 14th, 1988. Chris Davis and his dad came in.
Sheriff, this is my son, Chris. He has a story to tell you.
So you had an encounter with this creature.
When Chris Davis's father saw this in the newspaper, he put two and two together and thought, well, maybe this is the creature that attacked my son.
I was on my way home from work and...
The incident had occurred 2 weeks prior to the cases the sheriff was already investigating.
It was some kind of lizard man.
I just couldn't believe what the fellow was telling me. This kid was a super good kid, and his parents is very reputable.
I tried to get in my car and drive off, but before I know it, the lizard's on top of the car.
We asked him, well, why didn't you report this? And he said, because everybody would think he was fooled. Nobody believed it and think he was crazy.
On June 30th, 1988, Chris Davis was on the late shift at a fast food burger joint on the edge of town. He finished up around 2 a.m., got into his car, and headed home.
He was coming home from work and had a flat tire. And he stopped by a little dirt road to fix his flat tire.
That little dirt road was at the Skateboard Swamp, stuck in the middle of nowhere, without a soul for miles. Davis would have to fix the flat or spend the night.
And he fixed his flat tire and was placing the tools back in the car. He saw something which he described as a tall creature, about 7 feet tall, with big red eyes.
He looks up and he sees something coming down through the tall grass. Of course, this kid is panicked. He takes off. You could see its hand hanging by the window, and he saw it had 3 fingers. It had long claws that he described having black fingernails.
Davis swerved wildly, trying to shake the monster from his car. The nightmare was over. Or so he thought.
It got up and started chasing him. He estimated that the thing was running at least 35 miles an hour as he sped off, and he could see it in the rearview mirror until it disappeared into the darkness.
He went home and drove up in the yard and jumped out of the car, crying, screaming, and yelling. And his parents said it took 2 hours to settle him down. That's how afraid he was.
His parents are trying to ask him what happens. He's explaining that he saw a 7-foot green, red-eyed devil, as he described it. And they saw the fear and the emotions in Chris's